TAVR is a term coined for transcatheter aortic valve replacement. This is totally a percutaneous procedure, totally a non-surgical procedure. This is a real life procedure which we have done few days back only at Medanta. This patient had a very critical aortic valve stenosis, almost 0.6 centimeter square with a mean gradient of 70 millimeter of mercury across the aortic valve, and it was highly symptomatic. We have the groin access, we localize the groin artery. It is very important step because at times if we are not meticulous here, then vascular complications can happen. So once we have taken the aortogram through that access in the groin via catheter, after the aortogram we cross with a wire from the aorta into the LV. So now there is a wire from aorta into the LV across the aortic valve. Once we have done this, the next step is that we dilate the valve. Now you can well imagine the aortic valve stenosis is practically a highly calcified and highly deformed valve, and we need to do this step majorly to take the hardware of the valve, which is very bulky, and make the valve prepared to take that hardware. So this is preparing the valve for the aortic valve replacement, which is a new bulky device. So we dilate this aortic valve and then go further. So once we have dilated the aortic valve, now this is the new valve. Now there are two types of valves. One is a self-expanding valve, one is a balloon expanding valve. This is a balloon expanding valve. So we have taken through the same access from the aorta, ascending arch of aorta, ascending aorta, and then advance this hardware. This is a device, this is a valve device. You can see this is a metal device which contains the valve inside. We precisely place the valve at the aortic position like this, and side by side we keep checking the position also. After having done that, once we are sure that we have precisely placed the valve at the aortic annulus, where we have to now inflate the valve. So after this step, we start inflating the valve with a rapid pacing. We pace the heart at 170-180 beats per minute, get the pressures down so that there is hardly any chance of movement of this valve. This is again an important step, and then slowly inflate the valve like this. So this is a balloon mounted device, and see now we have started to inflate that metallic valve, that metal rim. This is a bioprosthetic valve inside the metal rim. So metal rim we are starting to inflate with the balloon inside with a rapid pacing. Now we have done that, and this is how it looks. Now this is a rim which contains the tissue valve inside. Once we have inflated this valve, the tissue valve inside starts to function immediately. Now you can well imagine that previously there was a huge obstruction that aortic valve stenosis was causing, and we have treated that. We have given a new valve which has started to open and close immediately after it is deployed, and that obstruction is gone. So once that obstruction is gone, the left ventricle, which was at excessive strain because of that obstruction, gets total release phenomena, and the pressures inside the left ventricle comes down, and that itself gives relief to the patient symptom. This is another step. If we find that after deploying the valve, still there is some amount of obstruction left, we can go with a bigger balloon and post dilate it after the deployment also. This is the third step where this patient required this step. Not all patients require this, but at times if we find that there is a gradient across left ventricle and the aorta, that means some obstruction is still there, then we can use this post dilating balloon to minimize that obstruction also. And once this is done, we are done, and then we keep checking with the echocardiogram in the cath lab or in the OT where this procedure is being done, that this valve is functioning properly, there is no obstruction, there is no leakage through this valve into the LV. So that is the success of this procedure, and after having established that, we take out everything. There is last step that we have to do the vascular closure from where we have taken the access. That is also 10 to 15 minute process, but after this the valve has been replaced without any surgery, without any blood loss, and patient starts improving in hemodynamics immediately, and we shift the patient back to ICU. We keep the patient in the ICU for 24 to 48 hours depending on the all the rehabilitation or all the patient's symptoms and parameters. Once patient is absolutely fine with his parameters, we keep the patient in room for 1 day, and usually after 2 to 3 days of hospitalization patient gets a discharge. So what I mean to say, you have seen this is a highly patient friendly procedure, hardly any blood loss, no surgery, no incisions, and the valve is replaced and patients get full relief of symptoms. Not only a full relief, patients get better in terms of initially they were in a high amount of risk for sudden cardiac death. That risk is treated, patient symptoms are treated, and patient is a healthy man from cardiac point of view once again.